So, without further ado, Steve, if I could invite you up to the stage to inform us all about customer experience. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can I just start by saying what a fantastic business you have. It really is a great business. With what I do, I get to work across a lot of different organizations, and it's very, very rare to come across a company that has the qualities that Radley has. The people, the product, the passion. In the limited time I've been here so far, it's been amazing. And I had a great conversation with Stuart before we left to come over here this morning. And it's a conversation that's so typical of many of the conversations I've had with individuals since I've been here. And what came through in bucket loads was the pride in this business. Justin this morning spoke about winning big. And for what I've seen of Radley, I have no doubt that you guys are going to win big. No doubt whatsoever. So, we've heard a lot about customer experience. Let's have a little bit more of a look and see what it's all about. The organizations, the businesses, the companies that are going to continue to grow and thrive and be successful are those businesses which understand their customers. But they don't just understand how their customers think, they understand how their customers feel. Feelings drive emotions. Emotions create memories. We as human beings, if we have a positive emotion, a positive memory in our head, we want to repeat that experience. That's what we want our customer to do, to come back time and time again. I was in the Middle East last week, and part of the trip was looking at what does great look like. And there's a new 5-star hotel just opened, the Kempinski. And I spent some time talking to the general manager. And he said, Steve, we don't sell hotel bedrooms. We create and sell memories. And we do that with the experience we deliver to our customers while they stay with us. It's not about hotel bedrooms. It's about understanding how our customers feel when they're in the hotel. So what is customer experience? It's about the end-to-end journey. It's about every single touch point that a customer goes through when doing business with us, when purchasing a product from us. It's about understanding the touch points, knowing the journey, and critically understanding how we, with what we do, make the customer feel along those touch points. So let's take a restaurant dining experience. It's Saturday night, and you've decided you're going out for a meal. The experience will start before you arrive at the restaurant. The experience will actually start before you leave home. Then you'll arrive at the restaurant. There'll be something around the environment, the cleanliness, the menu, the food, and of course, the customer service. Pre-arrival, you may look at TripAdvisor. You'll certainly call the restaurant to make your reservation. Then you'll arrive to park. All of these are individual touch points. You arrive at the restaurant, there's something about the lighting, the decor, the temperature. In isolation, all of these are very, very small, almost petty. But they actually build up to create an overall experience, an overall memory for the customer at the end of the night. Something around the cleanliness, the menu, the food choice, and of course the customer service. And this is actually a very, very, very simplified version. The average number of touch points with an organization is somewhere between 5,000 and 10,000. And that's the level of detail we will need to get down to understand our customer journey. And I think the nub of this, and it's exactly the same with the customer coming into our store or purchasing online. They may well go away with that beautiful handbag, and they'll take it home and they'll cherish it. But if when they arrived the store was dirty and the signage was out of date and the lights weren't working and the staff were grumpy, their overall end-to-end experience was not great. Yes, they have the product and it's a fabulous product, but it's not enough. It has to be the entire experience. And it's exactly the same here. You go for the meal. You have a wonderful, amazing plate of food, the best you've ever had. But if the parking was miles away, it was too warm, it was too hot, the crockery was dirty, you are not going to go back to that restaurant. It's about every single touch point. The film clip I'm going to show you now is taken from some research I did around American hospitals. Clearly there it's called the patient experience. But I think it shows how every single touch point impacts on the customer. And also something we're going to talk about shortly, how everyone within the organization is part of that customer experience.
I think that really brings to life the emotion of customer experience and how that patient, that customer felt at every stage. And it's exactly the same for our customers. I think the interesting thing, Steve, why have you shown an American clip? And indeed, a lot of my material is American. Well, why is that? Because quite simply, the UK is not the benchmark for customer experience. America is a good 5 to 8 years ahead of us, and that's kind of where we look to for a lot of the best practice. Why are we doing this? There is a school of thought that customer experience is kind of pink and fluffy, it's out there, it's touchy-feely, it's nice to do. Let's be crystal clear. This will have a significant impact on the bottom line. This is about creating customer loyalty. In Nick's presentation earlier on, he said our customers have choice. They have a lot of choice. We know for a fact that the average business will lose up to a third of its customers every year. We do not want to lose a third of our customers. We want them to love us. We want them to stay with us. One of the objectives around customer experience is reducing that churn. The second one is around increasing customer spend, and this works on two levels. You go into a coffee shop, you buy a cup of coffee for £3. Down the road, the identical cup of coffee for £3.20, but the experience is better. We know for a fact that customers are prepared to pay more for a better level of customer experience. The product is important. It isn't all about the product. It's about the overall customer experience. The other element of driving customer spend is while the customer's in that coffee shop drinking their cup of coffee, they're going to buy a bun, they're going to buy a bottle of water. Customers who love a brand, customers who are loyal to brand, will look for additional ways to spend money with that brand. And then bringing new business in, particularly important in the days of social media, where a great experience, a poor experience can be communicated to tens, hundreds of thousands of people within seconds. So the other key element around customer experience is driving that high level of recommendation, bringing new customer in. It's all about creating that loyalty, because loyalty will drive lifetime value. What does lifetime value look like? Customer comes into one of our stores, shops online, they have an okay experience. They spend once. Let's keep the numbers simple. They spend £100. But it wasn't a great experience. They have a choice, they go somewhere else. We've lost that customer. Conversely, they shop with us, we give them an amazing experience. And let's be crystal clear, okay and good doesn't cut it in this world. This is about great or very, very good. That's the level we need to be at. And we've managed to deliver it this time, so the customer shops with us for 10 years. That £100 becomes £1,000. But we also said that they'll look for additional ways to spend. They'll buy that small leather good item. And we know they're prepared to pay more for the same item, and they will also recommend us to their friends and family. You're after a new handbag, you're after small leather, you must go to Radley. The experience, the product are amazing. And all of a sudden that £100 has gone to lifetime value. A massive, massive difference. That's driven through loyalty. That's driven through customers loving a brand. Not liking it or liking it a lot, but absolutely loving it. 3 key factors to success. There are many. I've picked out 3 here. One is around trust, establishing trust with our customers. This is about being honest and transparent with them at all times. It's about being technically proficient at what we do to a very high level. But it's also about doing that in a way that connects with them with empathy and with emotion. A massive part of this is understanding our customer. So many businesses make assumptions, they guess, they think they know what the customer wants and how they feel. This is about gathering substantial, objective feedback that tells us how our customers feel about all elements of the business, the product, but also how easy we make it for them to do business with us. And then finally, measurement. Justin highlighted the importance of measurement this morning. Where are we now? Where do we want to be? And what are the steps we're going to take? And post-Christmas, we'll be moving very much into the measurement phase. I spoke about best practice earlier on in case studies. This is a great case study. Jan Carlsen was the youngest ever CEO of an airline. When he took over Scandinavian Airlines, they were in a minus by millions of pounds, having had many, many years of profit. With the way he approached customer experience, within 12 months they were back in the black. And within 2 years, they were voted international airline of the world. A major focus for him was on the internal customer experience, the dynamic, the link between the various functions. He knew, and he proved in a great turnaround. This business isn't in a turnaround. It's in a very healthy place. I'm making the point of how important the internal customer experience is. He knew the importance of getting all the internal functions working together. How does HR support IT? How does marketing support distribution? What's the relationship like between stores and head office? What's the relationship like between stores and warehouse? How the internal functions work, the internal customer experience is absolutely critical. And he also identified that essentially, in any business, there are only 2 roles. There are only 2 jobs in any business, either serving the customer or serving someone who is serving the customer. So in summary, customer experience is about the end-to-end journey. We saw that in the restaurant example. We've done some mapping to start to understand our customer's journey. It's about understanding the emotions and the memories we are creating in our customers' minds. And we're looking to create those positive emotions and memories that will drive them to love the brand and come back time and time again. Positive memories will drive loyalty. Loyalty will drive spend. Increased spend will drive profit. And that's what we're here for. It's win-win for everyone. It's win for us. It's win for our customers. So we started with a quote, and I'd like to finish with a quote from Mr. Branson, I think a guy who knows a little bit about business. And he said, "I've never been particularly good at numbers, but I think I've done a reasonable job with feelings. And I'm convinced that it's feelings and feelings alone that account for the success of the Virgin brand in all its myriad forms." Thank you very much, and I'll hand back to Nick.